Good morning, my happy hour back. Here's the plan. It's going to be a festival of lighting and painting today. A carnival, if you prefer. Loads of painting going on. A lot of new lights have gone in, and we'll show you those shortly. The granite team didn't come in yesterday. We're not sure if they're coming back today. There will be more flooring. There'll be more work on building the outside facilities around the pool, and probably lots of other bits and pieces. Oh, definitely a bit more wall covering in the living room, and who knows what else. What could possibly go wrong? We'll start in the downstairs hallway, where we have both Willie and Ernie doing some touch-up on these recesses for the tube lights. And we have tube lights. They're in all the way from this end. Okay, Dizzy Pill Poppers, you'll need another one. And it goes along towards the stairs and round the corner. Lovely. The engineer just mentioned to me that they're doing touch-up now because with the lights in and switched on, they can see defects that they otherwise couldn't. So they're going back over, fixing any of those little defects that are now highlighted much better. Owen is in the gym, and he's got a proper size paint roller going up on there. In the kitchen, more lighting has been installed. These pin lights, code lights, call them what you like. Somebody will tell me the correct name. These are apparently directional. You can change where they're pointing. Still quite a bit more work to be done on painting up in these sections. But they go all the way. Another dizzy pill. Come on guys, keep up. All the way around here. And then there's more lights, different lights on top of that. We're about an hour into the day, and already in Alex's walk-in closet, we're almost up to the end. Very little left to do in here. Sing Enrico is back on woodcutting duty. And just a moment ago, before I filmed this, there was a Christmas song on the radio. It's the Philippines. Christmas starts in September. More work this morning on the outside facilities. Owen, helped just off camera by Lito, working on building this area up. On the outside, Frederick is back. Yesterday he was a little bit under the weather, so he didn't come in. But he's working on this highlight feature with the tiles on Sabrina's, or outside Sabrina's bedroom. And there'll be a couple more areas along the front here where they'll do some highlight features, but we are trying to keep it fairly limited. Don't want overdose of different finishes and highlights all over the place. But there'll be a few more. And along here, painting, of course, continues. So, they'll probably, would be my guess, when Frederick finishes doing that, they might extend along Sabrina's bedroom outside. We'll see though. I was just heading back towards the other little house, and I got a call from Foreman Manny, who said, Richard is jealous. I wasn't filming him. Given the fact that half the time he is quite camera shy, I thought he wouldn't mind. But he is continuing round the corner here in the living room with these PVC panels. So he'll go, I imagine, up to where the doorway is into the home theatre room. I asked the question yesterday about melamine cabinets. Now, the video's not been out very long, so there's not been too much opportunity for people to reply to that. The general sense I get is that they are considered pretty durable. However, they can get chipped. And if they do, then you've got a real problem, because you probably can't repair them, at least not to any level that would look as if it was okay. And then you're left with having to replace them. And therein, as Lee has said, therein lies the problem. It's going to be really difficult to colour match, because like any semi-plastic material, which is what melamine is, it will fade a little bit over time. So if you're going to stick a new door into one of the areas here, most likely, even if it's the same colour is available from the manufacturer, it will be a little bit darker. So I'm wondering about this now, and I'm going to have another chat with the builder to see if there are alternatives. Maybe there aren't. I'm sure there are. So we'll see what he has to say about this. I'm not massively worried, but I have that now slight concern about using that material, which I think, again, Lee and maybe Drew have said not used so much these days. So I want to know, what are the alternatives? The outside facilities, or the CARSI, as Jerry Mortley has mentioned, is underway. However, the building inspector is in the house. Well, she's not in the house, she's out here. And she just raised a very good question. Why is it oriented this way, which doesn't leave too much of a gap around the outside edge of the pool, instead of being oriented along the wall? I think that's a very good point. We'll see what the outcome of that is. In the downstairs hallway, the painting touch-up and still some skim coat continues. Something new for tiling. Frederick is now starting on this next little section, where previously there had been a suggestion from the builder we might have mirrored glass. I'm not sure whether mirrored glass will still feature in this wall at all. There's still spaces, so it might. Watch this space. In the little walkway out of the living room and in towards the home theatre room, Richard finished putting up the PVC panelling here. I'll have to go and see where he's working next, so he doesn't feel left out again. Oh, speaking of Richard, take a dizzy pill. My apple too, Richard. He's now on clean-up. In the master bedroom, we have a change of plan. I'll show you as we walk around this corner. We now have flooring going into the walk-in closet, which previously they were thinking they wouldn't do this until cabinets had been done. But they've flipped it. Flooring's going in. And actually, in a couple of the other rooms, in the walk-in closet, Alex's room for one, they had done the flooring in there. So what's good for the goose is good for the elephant. More painting on the outside. JR's up there applying more of the, I think it's a flat white, which is going across all of the front of the house at the moment. We are missing one of the new crew of painters this afternoon. Hopefully back to full strength next week. It's 4 o'clock, and because it's a Saturday, it's an early finish for the guys, so they're out of here. Before we go inside, we've got a contribution from Michael Smith, not his first, who says he saw a genie who granted him one wish. He said he just wished to be happy. So now he's living with 6 dwarves and working in a mine. With that, let's go and have a wander. Well, it's a bit of a mess over here. Unfortunately, I think they've agreed with Miyazawa's assessment that it was oriented wrongly. So they've had to tear down a lot of what they did today. Fortunately, I think we've only lost maybe in total a bit less than 2 man days. It's just a shame that it wasn't thought through earlier, or we didn't spot it earlier. In the dining room, more and more tiling in these smaller areas. Really beginning to wonder whether we're going to see any reflective glass in here. If we don't, I don't think I'm too bothered really. Quite like this kind of dark grey finish. I think it looks very nice. In the master bedroom walk-in closet, not quite finished with the flooring in here, about 2/3 done. In the upstairs hallway, something that I appreciate, you may have noticed on earlier clips, this floor was covered in sawdust from where Sing and Rico was cutting pieces of the engineered wood. Well, before they'd gone home, they cleaned it up. I like that. In George's room, earlier on I saw Richard wandering around clutching small pieces of the PVC panel. He's done the area underneath the TV cabinet, I guess, in this room. It's not quite finished. There's one little piece on the right-hand end that needs to be trimmed off, but very close. This is the wash basin cabinet in Sabrina's bathroom. And I'm just using this to highlight the fact that the graniteers were not in today, but also apparently they're going to switch out the granite in the bathrooms. I'm not sure if it's all of them. So we think they're waiting for more granite to be delivered. I'm not actually sure why they're switching it out. The builder thinks it's the wrong colour. So we'll have to wait until they get the stock and they come back. The exterior painting did continue today. It was slower. There was only actually one of the guys, JR, was working out here. Resty was working inside on mostly bathrooms, and we were missing Warren today. So it did go a lot slower, but they've now turned the corner so that the side now upstairs of Sabrina's bedroom is now painted, but it's still obviously tons and tons and tons more to do. So that's the end of the day and the end of the work week. But before I go, 2 things. First one is important. The second one, in the scheme of things, isn't, but I'll mention it anyway. So the first one, a little bit of decorating going on over there, and a bouncy castle that they're desperately trying to fill full of air. Because today we're having a little party for grandson Adio's birthday. It's actually his birthday tomorrow, but he'll be back in Manila by then. So, party time. The second thing, if one of the dogs would be kind enough to be quiet for a moment. About 20 minutes ago, I had a quick look. We are at 2,000 subscribers. So a massive thank you to everyone who's subscribed, everyone who spends their valuable time watching this old nonsense. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone. Massively appreciated. So now we're off to enjoy what's left of the weekend with the party and then day off on Sunday. So hopefully see you back here on Monday.